Hi, my name is Robert. Please read the comments in the About section of this video. It has valuable information and updates. My YouTube channel has a disclaimer video that I encourage you to watch. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found what you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. Hey everybody, I wanted to try to make a quick video to talk to you a little bit about the characteristics of a blown head gasket on these white block Volvos. These are Volvos built from 92 and newer, 960s, 850s, S70s, so on and so forth. These are cars that we call white block. Most of them are 5-cylinder, probably all the way up to 2012, 2014, if they're the inline 5s. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment as to your experience or what you think about the video. First of all, I want to start out by saying this is not your grandpa's Chevy. You know, Porsche, I believe, helped design this engine. They designed this thing to be somewhat of a high performance engine, and when the head gasket is breached, it doesn't blow like your old American cars. So if 100 of these blow the head gasket, 2 of them will have fluid mix. You almost never see coolant mixed with oil, oil mixed with coolant. They don't blow that way. How these things normally blow is the head gasket breaches, and it allows combustion gases to get into the coolant system. And when that happens, you start having problems with your car maintaining the proper coolant level in the system. Strange things will start happening with your coolant. First thing, it'll probably blow a heater core. And let me back up a little bit. Usually these cars do not have bad head gaskets unless somebody ran it low on coolant and it warped the head. The head, I believe, is softer than the block. They're both aluminum. And once the head warps a little bit, it lets a little exhaust gases past the head gasket into the coolant chambers, and you start having coolant issues. Often it happens because somebody let the coolant run low because they got a coolant leak, they didn't fix it. They're playing coolant roulette. You're not going to win playing coolant roulette with these white block Volvos. Sooner or later, whatever's leaking will leak too much. You won't top it off with coolant properly, and you'll run the coolant system low, overheat the car. The tricky thing is the coolant sensor, let me show you that real quick, is pretty high in the system. The coolant sensor is right under the thermostat housing, which is almost the highest point of the coolant system. Your coolant bottle's here, your thermostat housing here, the coolant sensor is right under that. So if you start losing coolant in the system and your bottle goes low, thank God the 850s and a lot of them will have a low coolant sensor in them. When that light comes on, that's letting you know the bottle's empty. Now the next lowest point is here and your thermostat housing. If that coolant drops below that sensor and the car starts to overheat because you're so low on coolant that you're not circulating it in the engine, you probably won't even get an indication on the dash. Ask me how I know. I'm going to show you an example of this. However, how you can tell is before you start the car in the morning and the car is cold, you come and you fill your coolant level to the full line. These cars don't get air trapped in them. They don't need to be burped. That's not the kind of system this car is. You shouldn't be adding coolant over and over again. If you do work on the coolant system, you fill the coolant system up, you drive the car 10 minutes, you let it cool off, the level will drop, you top it off, that's it. Anyway, when you come to the car before you start it in the morning, you top the coolant off to the full line on the bottle. You drive the car around 5 or 10 minutes to bring it up to proper temperature. Once the car is up to proper temperature, you pull over and stop. You leave the engine idling. With the engine idling, and the car warmed up the temperature, you should be able to pop the hood and ease this cap off of your coolant reservoir. Nice and slow. You do this, you might hear it hissing, close it back off. Do this again, hear it hissing, close it off, hear it hissing. Do that a couple times. Within 30 seconds, you should be able to screw that cap off with the engine running. And if your head gasket is good, no breach, that level will not come out of that bottle. If you cannot get this cap off because coolant is forcing its way out, you got a blown head gasket. It's not mixing oil into the coolant. It's not mixing coolant into the oil. It's allowing combustion gases to get into the coolant chambers. So here's a couple examples of that. I think Little Red has a blown head gasket. See, when you try to take the cap off, it just bubbles out. Can't take the cap off without losing coolant. The coolant seems to be at a good level. As you know, it's running. The head gasket is not blown because the coolant level is not rushing out of it. Well, looky here. Got red bearing running. Nothing's coming out of the coolant reservoir. I'm going to go ahead and take it for a spin just to charge up the battery a little bit. Once it got up the temp and it opened up the thermostat, I could not remove that coolant reservoir. So it was only able to remove it while it was cold. I think I might try to save this engine. Yeah, I can't take that off of there. Here's Panther purring up the temp. I should be able to slowly remove this cap while the car is idling. Rose up a little bit, but it didn't continue to rise. So it came up about an inch on the bottom. As you can see, the cap is off. Now the bottle level is going back down. Didn't continue to bubble out. But if the car is not running, you probably cannot remove that cap. So that's it, folks. It's amazing that these cars run so well with blown heads. I hear this a couple times a week. Sad to say, it's got a blown head. Now you've seen how it looks, how to check it out. I hope this helps. You know, some people say that's bad news. I say knowing what's wrong is good news. Now you can just fix it and get it over with. Or drive it around until you do a severe overheat and it mixes fluids, and then you have to junk the car or whatever. But if you want to keep it, replace the head gasket, have the cylinder head made true, and by all means use good quality Volvo parts when you do it, and you'll have a great day. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.